Hello, everybody. Hello, all the Lego fans. So today I would like to talk about the different new features that are in the BlueBrick 1.9 version. So I've released a new version. Actually, it's been a while since I didn't release a new version. And so yeah, today is the day. I just released the version 1.9, and I want to go through all the different features that you can find in this version. The feature list is here as usual on the download page. So I will take all these features one by one, and we can talk about it just to introduce them to you. So okay, so the first features is the general info window. So before you could edit the general information about your layout into a separate window. I think it was through the edit menu, and now actually it moved here. So here you can see in the bottom of the screen now you have three tabs, and so you still have your layers as usual, and you have this panel where this tab you can set all the information as usual. So you can give your name and the log. So this really didn't change, but I just move it to yeah, to this panel. And here you have the button. You can change the color also. So it was as before. No, before you had also to go through the edit menu, but now you can access also here. Yeah. So all right. So that's the first little change. So basically, actually, the version 1.9 doesn't have really big change or big features. It's more like a improvement. In my opinion, it's more like an improvement um, on the how to say the user interface and the quality of life. All right, so that was the new features. Now we have the part list. So also you could display the part list through the view menu, and it was a floating window, standalone window. So now you can find it also in that tab. So as usual, if you add new part on your map, then you will see the part here. Um, there is also some. I added a total at the bottom of the list. So yeah, it's just this one didn't exist. I actually did quite a lot of work on this. Yeah, on this panel, and specifically if you open a new budget. um, I'm not sure if I no maybe I will create a new one because I'm not sure I have one ready. So if you create a new budget, you have also more column regarding the budget here. So let's say if you put some budget for this part, and which part also this part, maybe we can add some budget too. So now you can see the part usage percentage here in the bar. So yeah, and of course you can go over the budget, so just display it in red. Also still in red here, this didn't change. But yeah, and you also have the number here, but you also have the missing part here. So if I go over the budget, like I have in total 11 in use, and my budget is 7, so I miss 4 of this part. So yeah, you have the missing column now and the percentage. Yeah. You still have the split by layer here. So basically, if you add another layer, for example, to place your track. So you can still have your two split by layer or just merge together. And now I also have included the hidden part here. So which means if you decide to hide, for example, the base plate here, then the base plate doesn't appear. But if you check here, you also have the base plate layer, even if you have hidden them in the layer list. All right, so the part list window. Then the next feature is the part usage also displayed budget count. So we just talked about it, the missing part. The part usage now display the sum. So that's like I said, here you have the total. And if you don't split, yeah, just make the sum. Okay, and now the export. So before, to export your part list, you had to, it was a button on the part list. So now the features moved into the file menu. So you can export your part list from here. And now you can have another format, which is the CSV. Before you could only export in HTML and text. Now you can also export in comma separated value, which is a file format that can be opened by any spreadsheet software. So if you want to do some statistics on your part, maybe it's easier to import like this. All right. So next, what we have, yeah, you can also reorder the part list by clicking on the column. So you can reorder. You can also change the order here. You have the little triangle, black triangle to order. So you can order a description like this or that, if you split or not split. So overall, this whole part usage list usability has been improved. Like I said, it's a lot of improvement on the user interface, basically. Okay, so I did a checkbox to include the not hidden layer, the export of part usages is not localized in the language of the application. So yeah, when you also use the file export, when you export the part list, also the text written is in the language of the application. Right now I'm running the English version. Okay. All right, then there is an option to revert the counting part in the budget display. Okay, so this was a feature from some of you. So if we go here again, actually, so you see that we have used 3 of this part. Okay, now 4 because just click on it, but you have use 3 parts, and the budget is 5. But you can also go to the preference, and in the part library here, you have a new checkbox you can check, and it's actually reverting the count. So now instead of displaying how many you have on your map, it displays how many you can add. So the remaining ones. So before it was 3, so now I can add 2 more. And then I reach 0. I don't have any anymore. So it's the available one. Of course, if you go over the budget, then it start to become negative like this. So that means you are using more than what you have actually in your budget. So it's really up to you if you prefer to I was checking if you prefer to display the number of part on the map, on the layout, or if you prefer to display how many you still have. Okay, the next feature is make the error message when you passed on the wrong layer to be forgettable. Um, Let me check if my preference are, yeah, all set. Okay, so for example, if I copy these three bricks, and I try to pass them on text layer, then I have this message. Before you could not forget this, so now you can just forget it. And if you do it, then you just have a beep sound, but you don't have the annoying message anymore. And of course you can, if you want in preference, you can enable it again. It's here, yeah, if you want to have it again. All right, so next feature is feature to download. So this one is quite big, to download a library package online. So actually that's probably the biggest feature of the 1.9. So you can now go to file, download additional part, and this will show this dialog window. You can select if you just want to search for official part in the BlueBrick library, so that means just only in the BlueBrick website. And if you also want to search for a non-Lego package, or if you want to maybe search in somewhere else on the internet, maybe your LUG LTC have given you a link where you can download a package done by the LUG LTC, so you can specify here. Okay, then you click search, and then after that it should display the list of the package available. So here I'm just running, as you see, I'm just running the simple version of BlueBrick. If you download it, you won't have all the package, just the minimum one. And if you go through this, you can select which one you want on top of it. So there's the castle, Duplo, space, town, train, vehicle, and you have a tricks bricks for. So I'm not sure which version will be on. Probably a version will be updated, and well, actually, I'm not sure if this one will. I'm okay to host it on the BlueBrick, so, but I'm not the owner of that package. And you have the Plarai. Plarai is the Tomy toy, Japanese toy company. So you can select the one you want and just download, and then you can just close. Of course, it needs to reload the part library. Yeah, we can save our map. Let's save it. Yeah, let's save it here. That's fine. No, I don't want to save my budget. It's fine. Okay, so now we have so we have the Plarai library, of course, and we have the new. I think it was the trend set that I just downloaded. No, it was the castle that I downloaded. All right, so now it's much easier to download new package of bricks, and that means it will be easier also to update those package because they have a version number now. Speaking of which, some of you may have some people will create parts, and when you want to create a new connection, a new type of connection, like this one, but a new type with different color and so on. Before the file was into the config folder of BlueBrick installation folder, and now you can actually create a file local to your local to your brick package. So let me show you an example. For example, yeah, if I go here, so or maybe bad example. If I go to this one, for example. So if you go to so if you are in the part folder and now you have like we just downloaded the Plarai. I think if you go to this folder, you can go to config folder, and now you can place your specific connection type list XML file inside this folder, so inside config, and here you can just define all the connection type for your package. So here it's the connection type for the Playwright. So that makes the creation of brick and the distribution of brick much easier. So yeah, I'm sure this is a feature also that was asked before. It was a bit difficult to create bar with connection type before. I suggest you to check to read the documentation again, and specifically here I created a new page here. The last page is how to share your brick with the community, and they will explain you the config folder and explain you how to distribute it, how to name the zip. Please read this if you are a package brick creator for BlueBrick. Yeah, so thank you. And the next feature is all right. The next feature is also maybe a big one. I don't know. It depends on you. So the next one you may have noticed it is the 4D bricks folder. So yes, BlueBrick 1.9 is now supporting 4D bricks. So you can actually so in the package there is not all the parts. If some of you wants to finish the package and create the missing part, please do so, and send me an email, and we can update the package. So but basically, yeah, you can just create your photo bricks layout using normal track or whatever, and then once you have that, you can save as NCP file. So let's save it like this. Okay, just a warning, so don't not saving everything. You may lose some data, but we know it. And let me launch and control. So after that, normally, so let me bring end control here, and then we can try to open this NCP file, which I think was here. Okay, let's open it, and here is this is the map we just created with BlueBrick. Just here. So of course some base plate are not here because these base plate are not declared in end control, but there is some, so you can add those one. Those set are inside. They are inside BlueBrick, so those road also, I guess you can add some road here, and the table also have been created, the support. So then if I save it, I can save it here, and then let's reload it with with BlueBrick. There's some parts that maybe doesn't know because I don't have the full library here. But if you download all the additional part, then you will also have let me say, see, I guess it's the road we have. I'm not sure which one is not, probably in a set, some set are not here. But yeah, you can see that we have the base plate, the some set, the set that are defined in BlueBrick. So if you download all the additional library, like I show you here, if you download all of them, you may be able to have all the table set in NCP. I was saying there is not all the part, not all the NCP and control part here. If I do a brief overview, so we should have all the standard curve, all the switch, diverging. We should have all of them. This one we don't, and this one we don't. So that's the two category that is not currently in BlueBrick. This one we should have them, and this one also, this one also, this one also, the monorail also, the coaster also, which yeah, which lead me to show you that yes, in the track I have added the roller coaster track if you want them, and yeah, there's also the narrow gauge track, I mean the Lego narrow gauge track added into the library. Alright, so yeah, that's basically the support for NCP and control. Honestly, you could do some crazy stuff like so it support the rotation normally. I'm not doing this, so I will do it like this one, for example. So you could do that, and if I save it and if I reload it in NCP, yeah, you have your rotation in NCP, which I think it's a bit difficult to edit in NCP here. So if you have a really complex layout, maybe you want to use BlueBrick to edit it and then move it to end control and then start from here, start to add your automation, because yeah, obviously end control is very good at doing some automation things. So yeah, we hope we can have, I mean, more interoperability between software. I think it's always nice, so I was quite happy to add this with the of course with the consent of for the bricks owner. All right, so the next new feature is the add a possibility to set a template higher for the loaded map. So before there was some configuration for your new map, but now you can actually you should actually create a template file. So the way to do that is, for example, in your property you can type your name, and you can, for example, set your preference background and whatever, and maybe you want to add by default your logo. Let's add this one in the corner, for example, and for example you will change the or maybe not, no, yeah. So let's say you want to, oops, I don't want to do that. I want to move this one. Maybe you want to add this one in the corner. Okay. And then you can save this file as your template file. So let's say new map template. All right, and then in the edition preference, you can now here choose your new map template. Oh, sorry, I think I didn't save it in the correct format, did I? Save as, yeah, I save it in NCP. You should save it in BlueBrick format. So new map template, and here, so you can choose it. All right, and now that means every time you create a new map, it will use this template. So for example, let's say I can open this file. Okay, so that was my file, and now if I just create new, I have my new map template, right? So I will always start with that, with my name. So you can prepare your template and do whatever you want, and then every time you start, you will start with this. All right, so then if you don't want the template anymore, you can just click here to delete it, of course. So now if I click new, it will go to the default. It should go to the default one, but I guess it's changed the appearance also. Yeah, I have to go back to blueprint appearance, and yeah, now if you click new, you have your new template. Okay, so the next feature is the new layer is now inserted in this above the selected layer. Small features, but let's say, for example, I insert some text. If I'm here and I want to insert a text, then the text will be just inserted above the selected layer, which was the area. Before it was added just on top. Like I said, just quality of life. When you delete a part, the active connection of the new selected part is the one where the deleted part was connected. So if you have this, and if you add this one, I guess if you delete this one, then the new selected part is this one where it was. Before it was not necessarily the case, so, and that's easier because you delete, and then okay, you can just add a new one. You don't have to, for example, change the selection again. Again, quality of life. Then the next feature is the default export image extension is PNG instead of BMP. Yes, BMP is a bit is a bit heavy file, so PNG is better. So I mean, when you export the image. Also, I add some mouse cursor when user press the shift key. Before we didn't add that, so when you press it, you know that you can just move or that you can zoom. So just a hint here. Add a property menu in item in the context menu. Okay, to edit the text and ruler. So if you had the text here, for example, now you can right click and choose property here, which bring this. That does the same thing as just double clicking on it, and that's the same for the ruler. So if you create a ruler, you also have the property here to change a property, but I mean, some user of BlueBrick may not know that they should double click on the text or on the ruler to edit the properties. So it's always good to have a context menu that just show that, right? Quality of life, quality of life. Next, add the settings to edit the two hull color and thickness in the preference window. Okay, yeah, and I will explain you why. So now in the preference we can here you can choose the default hull color and um, and thickness. That's the default one because yeah because maybe I will talk about later. Okay, I will talk about later why. The next feature is add a two stud snapping. So before here we only have 4 and 1 stud. So some people request to have a 2 stud snapping. So here it is: half stud, 1 stud, 2 stud, 4 stud, 8, 16, and 32. Multiply by 2 every time. Yeah, the 2 stud was missing. Yeah. Next feature is improve the usability of the select path feature. Ah, yeah, this one I like it. So basically, where's my okay? I'm not sure if you know that BlueBrick has the select path feature. Um, let's create some. Oh, maybe not this one. Left, right. Oh, that's right. And here and straight. On another one, and another one, and straight, left, up. Okay, right. Okay, so here and here we'll add some left. All right, and maybe here I will add some also. Nope, not this. This. Oh, so you can actually when you have a complex layout like this, sometimes you want to select some part of it, but if you do this, and that's maybe a bit complicated, so you have the select path features. Before you just click one, you actually select two, then you could right click it on it and then choose select path, right? um, but now you can do it just without the contextual menu. So for example, you click one and then you use shift and control, and now the cursor looks like two bricks, and then if you click on it you have your path selection, right? So here, shift and control, you have the path selected here. So yeah, so that's actually much more convenient to select various paths, because you can also change them. So you can say, like for example, I want these two, then you can just control click somewhere else, and that will be your new start path, and then you can select another path like shift control here. So it will select, I select this path, then I select this path, and then I can continue, like choose this one and then shift control this one. So it's much more easier to select various paths inside your your BlueBrick layout, especially when there is very complex paths like this. All right. Next one is the export window. Now propose export in multiple image. That's something that was requested also. So you can export And it seems we have a bug here. So it will be fixed in the next version. Sorry about that. So now you can. I was expecting to see a bug when I was doing this video. So now you can choose how many image you want. So you can split your export like this, and then it will generate several image when you export it. You can still specify the size of the image, like maybe you want 1000 pixels, but then it will be like 2 by 3, so the other one are computed automatically. All right, so and so you just specify image file name, and then the extension with the letter and number will be added when you export it. All right, so the next feature is something that I really hate, but a lot of people request it. So I had to do it, but I resisted very long time to do it. This is scroll bar. You can right click and choose scroll bar here, or you can show them here. Okay, so please do not use scroll bar. Okay, you are dumb if you are using scroll bar, but if you really want them, so here they are. So you can use scroll bar here. By the way, if you use scroll bar, I think the watermark disappear. That's another bug that I leave for later. And okay, so if you zoom, of course, your scroll bar is adjusted, and if you remove some part of your layout, also it should be adjusted, more or less. All right, so anyway, I don't know why people wants to use scroll bar, but yeah, they finally made it into the software. The next feature is, let's remove that immediately. Scroll bar. Yeah, very tiny features. For the 9 volt, for this part, if you show the electric circuit, I added a orange break like this. Someone asked me that. Next feature, for more flexibility during sport, also during edition. Okay, so yeah, now the hull. Okay, the hull, before you had the hull in the view menu, and now I move them to the layer, and there's a button here, so you can click on this button to display the hull, to show the hull. And so you can of course adjust. Now you can adjust the hull color per layer, for example. So if you want something like this, and you also have all for the text, which means now you can, if you want, you can add a frame to your text. And yeah, again, you can also adjust the color and size of your hull. So there is hull for the part, the text, and the ruler also. And now it's saved inside the BBM file, so it belongs to the layout now. So this hull features is mainly useful for the track, because when you export, you probably wants to see the different. Some people wants to see the different track section, so they can draw the hull for splitting the track section. like this. All right, so the next one is elevation. So I saved the elevation of the brick since a long time in BBM file, but there was no way to edit the elevation of the brick. Now you can edit it. So you just double click on the brick, and you have this window. Or you can also just right click it, and that works with several brick. You can right click and choose properties. Then you have this value, so you can adjust the position, like this one 24, and like this one, let's say 8 or 16. All right, and then you can also display this elevation, but that's in the property of the layer. So you can just click here to display the brick elevation, and then you have just numbers like this with a color gradient depending on the altitude of the brick. Okay, so the next feature, the application will save a backup of your file if the application crash next to the file where you open it, or otherwise into your My Document folder. And the last feature is use as template also in the context menu of the text. So here you can also, if you adjust the for example, color property of this, maybe the size, whatever. And then you can just right click and choose use as template. So before it was only available for the ruler, now you can also do it for the text, which means now if I add a new text, if I had a new text, then it will use the same the same color and size. All right, so that's it for the new features. We have a bunch of new bugs, which I guess is not really necessary that I go through. It's basically bugs, so you can read the release note if you want. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I think it's already too long, but I tried to be short. Sorry about that. And I hope you enjoy the BlueBrick 1.9. Bye bye, and see you in a few years for the next new major release of BlueBrick. I may do some minor version to fix some bugs. If you have some bugs, please, as usual, report them, and we'll try to fix them as up. Otherwise, bye bye, and see you later. Bye.